Hey everybody, it's Jason Hennessy. Welcome to Your Legal Marketing Brain Trust. In today's video, what I want to talk about is that question that comes up a lot. Why does SEO take so long? We hear people say all the time, we've been paying our SEO company for 2 years, and it doesn't seem to be working, or, we gave them 3 months and nothing happened. And so we decided to fire them and try to find somebody else. And you continue to get into these cycles, right? You find another SEO company and you work with them for another 6 months and no results, right? And the question really comes back to content strategy. I mean, that's really it. I hate to say this, because SEO is something that I've spent most of my adult life studying. And I wish there was just some magic trick, right, to get SEO to work quicker. But there really isn't. It really comes down to building an authoritative website. And you do that one page at a time. And so in this video, I'm just going to demonstrate that just to kind of settle this dilemma here. All right, so in this example, and it won't be a long video. It'll be a relatively short video, but I think the impact from it will hopefully resonate with some of you. So in this example, I'm just going to use something that has nothing to do with a law firm or legal or anything. I'm just going to use the search baseball, right? So when I go into Google and I search for the word baseball, you've got the MLB ranking number 1 organically. And then we've got Wikipedia ranking number 2 organically. Question is, why does Wikipedia rank number 2 for a term that is, such a big term like baseball, right? Well, for the first thing is, this site, has been around for a long time, right? And you can see here that this site, collectively, all the traffic that it gets, ranks for 104 million keywords, right? But when they first started out, well, this tool only goes back to January 2012, right? So let's just kind of go back to that time frame. They started out in the late 90s. But if I go back to January 2012, they didn't rank for, 104 million keywords? No, in January 2012, they were ranking for 19 million keywords, right? They were getting 800,000 people to the website. 800 million people to the website per month. Right now, they're getting 3 billion people to the website every month, right? And you can kind of see, the site continues to evolve and it continues to grow. They've got 256 million pages of content that's indexed, right, on their site. Going back to this term here for, on Google, baseball, well, MajorLeagueBaseball.com, which probably should rank above Wikipedia, right? They don't have 256 million pages that are indexed. No, they don't. They have 2.89 million pages that are indexed, right? But what's separating the two websites here is Wikipedia has a very strong domain rating, right? You collect domain rating by other websites linking back to you and passing popularity. So their domain rating is 96. Major League Baseball's domain rating is 90, right? You can see here that the page, right, if I look at this page, it's a very detailed page that talks about, probably every small little finite piece of history, in terms of baseball, right? And so the content all links, right? So they got a page that's optimized for starting pitchers, right? They got a page that's optimized for infielders. They've got a page that's optimized for caught stealing. And all this content kind of interlinks together, right? Designated hitter. And so they're building, a wiki, right? They're building a wiki about baseball. And so they're leveraging the authority of their site, right? That domain rating of 96, but they're building a content strategy. In fact, they're letting, the open public build the content strategy for them, which is brilliant. And they're becoming they are an authority, right? They became an authority on just about everything. I mean, I could go and type in any type of word here. I could type in football. Right, I'm just randomly doing searches. There's Wikipedia, right? They rank number 1 and number 2 above the NFL for football, right? Now that doesn't make sense, but they do. And it's because of the authority of the website. If I go to their football page, right, kicking a ball, right, Australian rules, it just keeps going on and on and on. So they've got a content strategy here. And so what can we learn about this? Well, if we look at this page, there's a tool that I like to use. It's called Tag Crowd. And so if I put the actual URL for that Wikipedia baseball page in, you can see there's a very large emphasis on the word baseball, right? They got other, words that are, a little smaller, right? Batter, batting, field, game, right? But baseball is the emphasis. And that doesn't surprise me, right? That's why this page ranks for a lot of baseball terms, right? Baseball game. What is baseball? First baseball game ever played, right? A lot of baseball terms here. If I do that same search for the Major League Baseball, MLB.com, sure, they rank for baseball, but most of their stuff is about the Major League, MLB, right? So if I take the tag crowd, again, baseball is not as big. MLB is bigger, right? So you can see what the relevancy is on that page and how Google is looking at that. So that's something to kind of notate here, right? How can you make your site one of the most foremost, or one of your pages, one of the most foremost authoritative pages on different terms that you're trying to rank for? But overall, how can you become a Wikipedia, right? How can you get your website to have the most pages of content that's indexed in your particular space? And the beautiful thing is that you're not competing with the Wikipedia. You're competing with local law firms in your market. And so, you just need a content strategy. You can't expect for SEO to work if you're not publishing 10, 20, 30, 100,000 pages of content per month. You're going to be disappointed, and you're going to continue to fire your SEO agency, your SEO partner, if you're not doing this, right? So that's why a content strategy is very important. And when you do this site command search in Google, this number needs to be growing, because as it's growing, you're leveraging the internal links, right? You're just like that Wikipedia, how they're building out pages for stealing, batter, fielder, infielder, left fielder. You need to be doing the same thing in your market. And so, here's a prime example. Like if I was doing SEO for Major League Baseball, I would be, reverse engineering the strategies that Wikipedia is using here, right? So it looks like they're getting a lot of traffic from, a page that they wrote about, the first baseball game ever played, right? And you can see that the search volume for that term is only 150, but as you start to add up the different variations of that, it really starts to grow here. And so if you do a search for first baseball game ever played, right, there's the Wikipedia page that's ranking number 1. Major League Baseball is nowhere on the page, right? Because Major League Baseball, if I do a site command search with MLB.com and I put first baseball game ever played, they don't have a page that talks about the first baseball game ever played, right? They've got a game page for the longest game in history, the wildest baseball game ever played, but they don't have an article that talks about the first baseball game ever played, right? So that would be an example of coming up with a content strategy. How can you do this, with your competitors? How can you see some of the pages that they're ranking for, study their content strategy, and then develop your content strategy? So anyway, I hope this video was informative. The goal is how can you make your website the Wikipedia of your industry, right? Just think about that. Otherwise, have a great day. If you guys have any questions, comments, any other videos that you want me to talk about, in the future here, please be sure to leave them in the comments and I will be happy to answer them. Thank you.